So it is early morning, and I received a DM on Discord by Tomb Warrior about a certain Twitch streamer Avsterbone talking crap about me, apparently doing a rant about me. So I decided to have a look at it, and now I'm making a video about it. And this video is going to go up on my second channel because I don't really want to I don't know. I don't think it's as important that it has to be on my main channel. But I was watching this, and I just had to kind of I just wanted to speak out and kind of debunk his claims about me, apparently. So I'll be showing some of it. I'll just actually watch through his Twitch clip here, and I'll show part of it on screen, I guess. And I don't know if he's the type of guy to do this, but let me just say right off the bat that the footage that I'll be using from his Twitch stream is used for context and argument purposes, and thus falls in fair use. And should he copyright claim this for some unknown reason? So he's gonna say bad things about me, and I just want to make sure that I just want to debunk his claims, I guess. I didn't really plan on doing this, but as I kept watching, I just kind of wanted to explain all this stuff. So, yeah, I guess I'll just get started, and I'll pause whenever I think something needs explaining.
So, Mr. Kevin VG and I, we were going to have a little bit of a collaboration going on YouTube, right? He declined to collab with me, and his reason was because I endorsed pirating, because I had a tutorial, on my YouTube channel how to get Weemfi on your fucking computer, and Mario Kart Wii on the PC, and he said that's encouraging, illegal downloading. And I'm like, what are you even talking about, dude? This game is over 11 years old, and you're crying because I have a tutorial how to get Mario Kart Wii and Weemfi on your PC for Dolphin.
Okay, so let me first, actually, I should have done this first. Yes, indeed, back in, I actually looked it up on Discord, back in March 2018, he did ask me to collab. Let's see. I noticed you have similar stats. I was interested in collabing with you. I'll ask you a voice call to pitch my idea. Anyway, so after I checked out his channel, obviously, because I'm not just gonna collab with any random person, I responded with this. So unfortunately, I'll have to say no to this. This might sound strange, but you've uploaded a video which links the game ISOs. This is just me, but I don't want to be associated with piracy on my channel. One of the big rules in my Discord server is also not to encourage/help people with piracy. I'm really sorry to decline for this reason, but that is how it is. I wish you the best of luck with your channel, though. I hope you understand. Yes, because I checked out his channel, and I guess this will be shown on screen. Yeah, he has a tutorial, which is apparently now outdated. He had a tutorial how to install Mario Kart Wii with Weemfi on Dolphin emulator. Now, in his Twitch clip, he mentioned that it was a tutorial for installing Weemfi, which I'm totally fine with. Sure, a tutorial for getting Weemfi working on Dolphin emulator, sure, that's fine. Sure, that's cool. That's fine. It's just a tutorial. However, he doesn't just show how you could patch any ISO. He links to an ISO in the description of his video. I'll have it shown, I guess. So, yeah, he links to an ISO in the description, which is illegal and also against YouTube's terms of service. Also, there's a massive block of light on my my arm, I guess, whatever. Anyway, yeah, he's linking an ISO which is obviously not allowed on YouTube, and it surprises me that his video is still up. I guess because it didn't get more than 78,000 views. That's actually quite a nice bunch of views. But anyway, linking ISOs is not right, and that's why I didn't want to collab with him. He also links Weemfi Unbanner, which is apparently I think it's probably a ban circumventer for Weemfi, which is another thing that is not allowed, especially on Weemfi. If you're banned, you're banned. that's not how it works. I've made a big video about I made a video about like stupid people trying to circumvent bans in the forums and whatever. Anyway, yeah, so this is two things that I didn't really like. That he was sharing a legit MarkOwi ISO in his description, which is just not allowed. I mean, if it were just installing WinFi, you know, he shows how to get Dolphin Emulator, how to get the WinFi patcher, sure. But downloading ISOs off the internet, I'm not okay with. So I politely declined to him. I politely declined the offer. And apparently he's still mad about it, like almost a year later. I'm just gonna keep going in the clip.
Like, what kind of logic is that? You know?
What kind of logic is that? Well, I don't want to do illegal things. I've done stupid stuff in the past, like linking an ISO on the custom Mario Kart wiki, which got me banned for a week. That back when I was 12 years old or whatever. That was pretty stupid of me. I shouldn't have done that. And that basically that instance for sure has helped me like not find it not okay to post ISOs and other ROMs and stuff.
Even Troy makes tutorials about it. How to get CGGP, which is a literal hack to the game. But I make a freaking tutorial. I mean, it's piracy. What do you think CTGP is?
Stop, Avi, stop.
CTGP is a pirated version of the game. You're running a patchable.
Now, you're gonna compare like apples and oranges here. Troy making a tutorial how to install CCGP is totally fine because it is yes, it is a hack on the Wii, but it's not piracy. It's not sharing Nintendo's content. What you're doing in your description is sharing content that is from Nintendo and Nintendo sells. CDGP is a modification to an already existing thing, your Wii, which you have already paid for, that you're modifying. I have a completely different stance on hacking and modifications than piracy, because piracy is downloading something that you don't own, and hacking is just modifying something that you already do own. And so a tutorial on installing CGGP is totally okay, but linking ISOs in your description isn't. It's a completely different thing, in fact. I forgot to mention that he said CTGP is a modified version of the game, which is also false because it is just a patch. A patch is just it's taking something that you already own, which is your MarkOwi game disc, and having files from like custom files replace those files on the disc. That's what a patch is. You're not sharing anything that Nintendo has made. CGGP doesn't use like a ROM of the entire game. It just patches the game that you already own, that you paid for on your disc, and patches that. Like it finds out when it loads files, and if it loads a file that exists, it loads a different file from the SD card. Sure, but when it comes to ISOs, sharing ISOs, anyone can download an ISO. Like if you own the game, then I would say that if you own a game, then downloading an ISO is not so bad. Okay, the best thing would be to just rip the game from your disc, like directly, which is possible. I think it'll probably show up later. He does mention that there's no other way to get your disc. How did people even copy the ISO off the disc then, if there's no way to read the disc? But regardless, if you own the game, I think it's okay to download a copy of it. The best thing obviously would be to just copy it from the disc yourself. But the thing is, by linking that ISO in the description of your video, you're making it possible for people who don't own the game to illegally download it when they don't actually paid for the game. That's my problem here.
I don't understand why there's a problem showing you how to get Mario Kart Wii and WiiFi on your PC.
Yes, there is no problem indeed. There is no problem with showing how to get WiiFi on your PC. The only problem is that you link the ISO in the description. People should find their own ways of getting the ISO. For example, by copying it from the game's disc themselves.
Regardless, it's all like he's really like Kevin's like really crapping his pants over collabing with me because God forbid I made a tutorial.
What? Am I crapping my pants? I literally sent. I already said what I sent to him. I sent like was a 5-line thing, and I wish him the best of luck. Hope he understands. Why am I crapping my pants exactly? I don't get it.
It's a patch to the original game, right? It's a mod, it's a hack. Does Nintendo allow you to hack their games? Do they allow you to install homebrew on their Wiis? Is all that allowed? Is that legal?
Now, like I said before, you're comparing apples to oranges again. The reason for me not collabing was piracy in your description. Not hacking the game, hacking your console. That's not why, alright? And, of course Nintendo doesn't allow hacking of your console, because if they did, then anyone could just hack their console and play illegally downloaded games. That's one of the main reasons why Nintendo doesn't want their consoles hacked, because people could download games from the internet and play them on hacked consoles.
So I just want to be clear, so hacking is okay, but piracy totally not, right? I just want to make sure we're on the same page that hacking's okay, but piracy's not.
Obviously, hacking depends on what you're going to do with it, but in my opinion, I have different opinions on this, and let me say that hacking your console for CTGP is a totally fine thing to do. For hacking, you already have to have your Wii. You already have to have purchased. You have paid Nintendo for the Wii console. When it comes to piracy, right? You haven't paid Nintendo, and you're downloading the game from the internet. You didn't pay Nintendo, right? So in that case, I think it's better to be hacking. For hacking, you paid for the console. Whatever you do with it is your choice. For piracy, is you didn't pay for the game. You're downloading the game from the internet. All right, two different things. That's why I think hacking is better than piracy. Yes.
Hacking isn't harming anyone? So you think Nintendo's cool with So you think Nintendo's just totally cool with their consoles being modded? You think Nintendo's like they're chill with that? I mean, there's something they're gonna do now, but who's piracy hurting?
Did he just say who's piracy hurting? Okay, like I said, if you paid for your console, right? Nintendo still doesn't want you to hack it, because you could then you could play pirated games on it. What is piracy hurting? The game developers? Nintendo? You didn't pay for the game you're supposed to pay for. Of course it's going to be hurting Nintendo, because they're supposed to be getting the money for it. Instead, you're downloading it off the internet. But in this case, we're already moving away from the first thing, which was just my reason not to collab with him, which is because he has a way of pirating the game in his description. That's all it was.
Especially if you have already owned the game, because you can't freaking plop a Mario Kart Wii disc into your computer. There's no other way to get it.
No, here we go. Here, I mentioned this already, and I'll probably end it here because he's going way off track. Like I said, I'm fine. If you already paid for the game, then downloading a copy is fine. But obviously, the best way would be to copy the disc yourself. And there are ways to do it. I don't know why he says there isn't, but there are plenty of ways to do it. In fact, in the description, I will link a page which is on the Custom Mario Kart Wiki. Obtain original track files. If you have a homebrew channel installed, there are plenty of ways of getting it. You could use homebrew applications, Wii Explorer, CleanRip, or apparently any modern USB loader to just copy the game from your disc onto your SD card. At that point, you've got an ISO on your SD card. You can copy it to your PC. You copied it from your own paid disc. And even then, like I said, if you paid for the game, then downloading an illegal copy, in my opinion, is okay. But you're sharing that illegal copy in your description, which allows anyone to download it, which is piracy, which is what I'm not okay with.
If they don't care about the Wii anymore, then why are you saying that I can't show people? Why is that a problem that I'm showing people how to get Mario Kart Wii on Dolphin?
So one little last thing before I end it. Nintendo doesn't care about the Wii anymore. They did, they now closed the eShop, which at this point everything with the Wii is kind of gone. But they supported the virtual Wii on the Wii U mode, you know, and like I said, the eShop only closed, was it last month? So his tutorial was uploaded back in July 2017, which is quite a long time ago, back when Nintendo apparently might have still cared about the Wii. Like I said, they still had the eShop open. If they didn't care about the Wii, why didn't they close the eShop earlier then? But anyway, I think that's enough. I think he goes on for another 10 minutes talking about piracy and hacking and stuff. I think I've explained enough about myself. I just don't like the fact that he is literally allowing you to pirate the game from his description. That's the reason why I didn't want to collab with him. That's how it is. And hope to see you guys in the next video.